Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Cha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Basically, I want to do this video on this article here. You know, um, you know, basically, recently due to that killing, all right, of the man. He had that cop who had his knee on the man's neck. As the man kept saying, "I can't breathe." All right, he kept saying, "I can't breathe," and eventually he died. All right, eventually he died because of that. You have a lot of people now who are getting into that spirit of uprising. All right, I saw a video. All right, you had this individual. All right, part of some organization. Basically talking about how they're getting ready to go to Minnesota and you know fight back kind of thing. All right, so hey, we'll see how this goes, man. But what it's looking like is the second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, but like I said, we'll see how it goes. So it says, riot cops fire tear gas and rubber bullets as huge crowds march in Minnesota after police involved chokehold death. All right, and there's some videos here which I'll play. All right, so you can see what it actually looks like. All right, and this could be organic, or it could be set up. You don't know. All right, but when things like this come out, we gotta watch and see, man. All right, because we're in the time of prophecy, and as the scriptures say in Second Ezra the 15th chapter, you're gonna have sedition among men. All right, you're gonna have people coming up against the government, the authorities. Why? Because something needs to provoke them to do that. All right. So it says a mass crowd of demonstrators descended upon a police headquarters in Minneapolis to protest a recent killing of an unarmed man. They were met with an arsenal of riot control weapons, including stun grenades and rubber bullets. Thousands of marchers could be seen around the 3rd Police Precinct headquarters in Minneapolis on Tuesday, demanding answers after a local man, George Floyd, was killed by an officer's chokehold, despite repeatedly stating that he couldn't breathe. All right, and this angers people to the point where they're like, "Look, man, how you had that Jake that got shot while he was jogging. All right, you had other incidents. There was recently that lady that called the police on, I believe the dude was a park ranger or so, who was telling her to put her dog on a leash. All right, so you have a lot of these different events that is rousing up that spirit in Jake, man, because it is prophecy that you're gonna have these uprisings and these seditions. You're gonna have race wars, race riots. You're gonna have a lot of turmoil and chaos. Okay. So it says hours after the firing of 4 cops involved. This is the South Minneapolis intersection near where George Floyd was killed on Memorial Day, when an officer knelt on his neck. Like, what? That's not necessary, but he did it anyway. Okay. Um. So it says, protest has the whole block at a standstill. I'm gonna play the video. All right. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of people here. Now the videos get more intense because now they start breaking into the precincts and breaking those cop cars and the windows and all of that. It says police pushing the line further. More cops coming down the alley from Minnehaha. If I'm saying that right. Um, can't see the crowd on Lake Street. All right, you see that? It says the action started near a restaurant in the city's center, eventually making its way to the police headquarters around 3 miles away. Breaking, police are using tear gas and stun grenades as major protests continue in Minneapolis in response to the killing of George Floyd. Reports indicate that protesters are picking up the tear gas grenades and throwing them back at police. All right. Man, and this ain't nothing, man. All right, this ain't nothing. Now, let's say they do this in a different neighborhood, and when a cop gets shot and killed because of that, or people start coming back against the cops, shooting back at them. That's when you're gonna really see violence, man. Okay, right now they're using smoke grenades and rubber bullets. All right, but they keep doing that. At some point, it's going to turn violent. At some point, somebody's going to get shot. Somebody's going to get hurt, and it's gonna blow up into a whole another type of protest. All right, if you can even call it that at that point. So it says protesters reportedly smashing a door on the building, while footage shared online shows marchers breaking into a police squad car parking lot to vandalize vehicles. So at this point, what happened to social distancing? You think that's what they're thinking about? It says fence to the squad parking lot is torn apart, cars being busted. They don't look like they're worried about coronavirus. Oh boy. Let's see if I can play it from there. Yeah, that's just Satan trying to be a demon. Did you see that, man? These they oh man. It says because Jake is getting to the point where they're getting fed up. But for the longest, the Most High had that spirit on them to where you had the Eric Garners, the Trayvon Martins, all these different other instances, and the Most High had it to where Black Lives Matter, they protest and stuff, but hey, this time might be different, because if the Most High had allowed it to go further, all right, in the previous times, all right, that would have led to certain prophecies that the time wasn't yet for them to be fulfilled. You know. So it says tear gas and rubber bullets in Minneapolis. Your ninja filming outside the third precinct. I lost count of the number of canisters fired in this clip. By the sounds of it, caught everyone off guard.
There goes more tear gas on that side. Morgan shot at the people that were lined up. Hands up, hands up! People are throwing some of the tear gas back. Police are shooting with rubber bullets and marker casings. Tear gas is really thick. Really, nobody brought a gas mask that I see. Are you okay?
So what happens if this starts happening in different areas, New York, Jersey, other Chicago, LA, all these different areas, man. Okay, it's not going to be good, man. And this is just tear gas. All right. It says an especially raucous group of protesters were filmed pelting a police SUV with projectiles, smashing out several windows as the car apparently attempted to flee the area. Ooh. Yeah, man. All right, and this I was watching the news this morning. You don't see this on CNN. All right, it says the protesters soon met a forceful police response. However, the officers, clad in riot gear, unleashing thick clouds of tear gas, rubber bullets, and sound grenades. It says if this was happening in Venezuela or Iran, the corporate media and the U.S. political establishment would be all over it. Instead, watch them either ignore or smear these demonstrations against the state-sanctioned murder of a black civilian in Minneapolis. Exactly what I was just saying. All right. It says this is a scene in Minneapolis. Cops are in riot gear using chemical agents against demonstrators, some becoming violent. All right. I can't really hear. Okay. Hey man. So you got that going on there. All right, and see how quickly this just started happening, right? So there's some more here. Okay. Do do do. All right, no, I'll just play the videos. All right, and then I'll get the precept so you can actually see what's happening. So it was like they spraying them with like some, I don't know, maybe pepper spray, mace, whatever they call it. But see, very soon, they ain't gonna have police officers like this. They gonna have them troops, all right, them full-on troops, man, in riot gear. Okay. It says the scenes of unrest came on the heels of Floyd's killing on Monday, which was caught on film and went viral on social media, putting the Minneapolis Police Department at the center of a major scandal. Yeah, because these police officers, you know what I'm saying? Like you watch the way they handle, all right, and the way they move, they could care less whether you live or die, really. You know. It says in the video, Floyd is heard begging for his life, at times calling out for his mother, as an officer pins the man to the ground with a knee on his throat. While police insist Floyd physically resisted officers, footage of the incident appears to belie their story. All right. And that's what's causing a lot of people to get fed up and finally say, you know what, we've had enough. Yeah, let's see this. You hear that? Seth, F the police. It's as though four officers were fired after the video emerged online. The killing has stoked widespread outrage, with many critics, including Floyd's family, calling for murder charges for the four policemen. Floyd's killing follows a similar incident in New York City in 2014, in which a black man named Eric Garner was strangled to death in a police chokehold while gasping, "I can't breathe." His final words have become a rallying cry for anti-police abuse activists and could be heard chanted repeatedly throughout Tuesday's action. It says they arrived at the third precinct. Let's see this video. But see, Black Lives Matter, the Most High is not dealing with black. All right. And how many of these people are still gonna be here if the troops came out and started actually shooting bullets, man? Okay, how many of these people gonna be standing there talking about Black Lives Matter, man? The Most High is not dealing with black. Okay, he's dealing with Israelites, really his elect. That's who he's dealing with. All right, and that's who's gonna be delivered. See, we're prophets. We're not protesters. All right, we're not rioters. We're not fighters. We're prophets. So we're gonna do what the Lord commanded us to do, and that's to prophesy, man. You ain't gonna see us over here doing this. All right, because the Most High commanded us to go do that. Just like during the time of 66 to 70 A.D., when the Lord told him, he didn't tell him when you see the Romans come at you, get ready and go get ready for a siege or fight them. He said flee. All right, and this time he told us to wait upon him. Okay. Anyway, just reporting the prophecies, man. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." All right, that sounds just like, hey, Ezra's got a lot of the same visions. All right, and prophecies as John the Revelator. All right, because this sounds just like Revelation 12 and 12. Let me pull that up. All right, let's see what it says here. Revelation 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea." See? Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. But continuing, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh." All right? And the sword, today, a modern day sword will be a weapon, a gun, different types of guns, bats, bricks, weapons. It says, "And their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another." All right. And what is that referring to? Those race wars. Okay. People of different races, different nationalities. All right. Because in a time of chaos, people stick to those that look like them. It says, "And swords in their hands." Okay. And those swords represent weapons. Now, this could also mean the people against the authorities, because that's what we're reading about in verse 16. "For there shall be sedition among men," sedition going into uprisings, all right, revolting, all right, "and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes." You hear them in the videos chanting, "F the police," all right. Now, the police that go home, you think they're going to go home? They're going to be like, "No, because you killing us and you want us to. And a king will be like a president. A prince will be somebody in authority under a president. Governors, politicians, mayors. It says, "And the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So they're like, yo, we're going to do what we want to do. You got certain people saying they're going to fight back. Certain people want to protest. All right. And that's going to force or lead to more draconian style martial law. Because right now we're supposed to be in a so-called martial law, but a soft martial law. Very soon it's going to turn to a strong, harsh, rigid form of it, man. Curfews and all. Okay. It says, "A man shall desire to go," and it's not going to be just suggestions and recommendations. It's going to be enforced. All right. Not with tickets, but with your life. "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor," because in a time of chaos, as the saying goes, every man for himself and survival of the fittest. Okay, so it's either you the predator or the prey. That's how people gonna be thinking. "But shall destroy their houses with the sword." So if somebody got a gun, they kicking down your door, and they gonna come and take whatever you got in there, because they have the power that the gun gives them. "And spoil," or a bat or a knife, "and spoil their goods." They're gonna take whatever you got. If it's food, or water, okay, first aid kits, whatever it is, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. All right. So because of the trouble and the hell and distress that people are gonna be in, they're gonna start getting desperate and taking desperate actions, man. So like I said, we'll see what this leads to. If this gets worse, if it blows up into something more, I don't know, a civil war. We'll see. We'll see where it goes, man. But according to prophecy, man, all right, you're gonna see this. All right, 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16. All right, and amongst these other precepts, you're gonna see it full fledged, man. According to Daniel 12 and 1, it's going to be a time like never before. All right. So we're going to keep watching, all right, and see what else the Lord got in store for this place, man. Here it is. You got Trump talking about he's threatening to shut down social media because of Twitter censoring or you know, censoring what he said or something like that. But anyway, like I said, we'll see what happens. All right, so with that, I'm ending here. Lord's willing, this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.